Today we're going to be cooking pot roast. Nothing says autumn like pot roast. Nothing says absolute goodness like pot roast. Nothing says heart disease like pot roast. So we're going to be cooking pot roast today. Absolute goodness. So first you're going to need a piece of boneless chuck roast right here. You see the boneless chuck roast? You're going to take some salt. And you're going to take some salt and you're going to put some salt and pepper. You're going to grind the salt and pepper on top of the boneless, skinless chuck roast. I don't know if chuck roast comes skinless, I don't know. And then you're going to need a die-cast pan. You see this die-cast pan? This is the pan your mom used to use to brown meat. Ask your mom. She likes to brown meat. She likes brown meat. So we're going to use this barbacoa sauce. This is right here what we're going to use for the pot roast. It's made by Chef Rick Bayless from the Frontera Grill. Here's a chain of restaurants. Famous brothers Skip Bayless, sports caster, barbacoa. That's what we're going to use. So you're going to heat your pan. You just heat the die-cast pan up to a high temperature. And while it's doing that, you're going to take the boneless, skinless chuck roast and you're just going to put it in. You're going to brown the meat. Everyone likes brown meat. Just ask your mom. Call her up and say, Mom, did you like brown meat when you made pot roast? And she'll say, yes, son. Yes, daughter. I like brown meat. She really likes brown meat. Just ask her. So you're going to brown the meat on one side, and then you're going to add salt and pepper on the other side. You're going to salt and pepper it up pretty well, pretty good, so the flavor goes all the way through. And put more pepper. That's what we do. We put pepper, salt and pepper on the meat, just like so. Absolute goodness, if you ask me. So we're just going to do that, and just going to film it a little bit more. Maybe get a little bit closer so you can see the specks of pepper on top. So, doesn't it look good? Absolute goodness, if you ask me. So, once it browns on one side, like your mom likes the brown meat, we're going to flip it to the other side. And you see that? Perfectly browned. That's how you brown meat. It's brown on one side, but we also need to do the other side because you can't have one side brown. So we're going to brown, we flipped it over, and we're just going to brown the other side. Doesn't that look good? I wish you could smell it right now. It smells great. Absolute goodness, if you ask me. I'm just going to keep on browning the meat, and while it's browning, we're going to do something else. We need other ingredients. You just can't have just the brown meat. So you're going to take the vegetables, and you're just going to cut the vegetables up like so. Right here we have celery. We have a couple stalks of celery, and we're going to add the celery and some carrots to the pot. You're just going to place them in, and you're going to take the crock pot or the slow cooker to a low temperature, and you're going to let it start to heat. And while you're doing that, you're just going to couple a little bit more stalks of celery and put the celery inside, just like so. See that? Absolute goodness, if you ask me. And so the browning of the meat is going on, and it's about done. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some forks. You have two forks right here. You have two forks. We're going to pick up the brown meat, and we're going to place the brown meat right on top of the vegetables, right on top of the celery. Don't you like celery? Absolute goodness, if you ask me. And we're going to open up the barbacoa sauce, and we're just going to place it on top just like so. Absolute goodness. It's good. Trust me. Get a little bit closer. Doesn't it look good, the barbacoa sauce? Yeah. Just empty the entire packet on top, and voila. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the top on top of the crock pot, and you're going to put it on a low setting, and you're going to let it cook for about 5.5 to 6 hours. And wow. And after about 5 or 6 hours, you're going to take a look at it. You're going to take the top right off the crock pot. Take the top off the crock pot and look at it. And you're going to slowly start to separate the meat a little bit. Don't tear it all the way. Just slowly separate it a little bit so you can get some of the seasoning in. And then after you do that, you are going to put the top back on the crock pot and let it cook for a little bit. But we're going to separate a little bit more before we put the top back on the crock pot and let it cook for a little bit. And after about another 2 hours or so, this is what you get. Absolute goodness right here. It doesn't get much better than that. So if you like the recipe, just send me a message or something and I'll send you out the recipe. And that's how you make a pot roast. Absolute goodness if you ask me.